Hello, this is NuBrGNi, and welcome to Breaking Out, the show about North American StarCraft 2 players. Here on this show, we spend 1 week highlighting an up-and-coming North American player. Throughout the week, we find out more about the player's history, their personality, and their playstyle over the course of 6 short episodes. On Monday, we'll interview the player and find out more about them. Tuesday through Thursday, we'll watch a game from each of the various matchups casted by your very own NuBrGNi. On Friday, we'll check out a generally awesome game with some sick play, and on Saturday, we'll kick it back with the player and have some wacky fun with some randomly selected events like handicap ladder matches, karaoke, and dance contests. Each episode aims to be about 20 to 30 minutes long, so you can learn more about the North American StarCraft 2 scene without interrupting your busy WCS schedule. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you enjoy the show. Hello, this is NuBrGNi coming at you with another episode of Breaking Out, the show about North American StarCraft 2 players. And what is with this UI? I mean, this UI has to be used because we can't use the Game Heart UI, which we are normally using, because we're going to be watching the awesome game of the week for the week of Eternity Gaming's NuBrGNi, but NuBrGNi decided to say, you know what, 1v1 is awesome, but you know what's even more awesome? 4v4. So let's go ahead and jump in, introduce the players in this 4v4. As we spawn on this map. I have no idea what the map is. The name is normally around this area, but it's not there today. So we're going to be spawning up here in the top left-hand corner on top of Eternity Gaming's NuBrGNi, teamed up with his ally, Clarity Gaming's Tebow. And then, of course, over here, we have all of the GFs. They're just repeatedly saying GLHF. We have Clarity Gaming's Elaham, also a really fantastic player. And, of course, Killa's Ra. Now, all of 4 of these players are at least High Master or Grandmaster, and they are going to be facing off against their opponents. Spawn down here in the bottom right-hand corner is going to be Extra Large Trojan. Now, clearly talking about Trojan horses here and not anything else or any kind of products. We have .ca, the common misconceived brother of .sca, the team. And we have the Pink Terran player, Skinhead, representing team NZSC, clearly talking about New Zealand StarCraft. That's obviously what it is. And of course we have up here, alongside this nice little area over here by the Orange Terran player, we have Bacon Sauce, but I feel like this person's from Australia with how they spell bacon and sauce. But this game is getting underway. Let's go ahead and turn on those team colors so we have an understanding of all the teams. We have the bottom side being blue and the top side being red, and we have, looks like oh my god, we're going to keep that production tab closed for a little bit. We have 2 Zerg players, a Protoss player, and a 3rd Zerg player up for Team Grandmaster, the home team. And we have a Protoss player, a Terran player, another Terran player, and another Terran player. So it's 3 Zergs and a Protoss versus 3 Terrans and a Protoss. It's going to be pretty fun to see how this ends up going. A lot of Overlords going to be going down very, very suddenly as we end up seeing, hey, you know what? It might not be the Game Heart UI, but I can still do this, and this is awesome. Yeah, you can see Overlords getting picked off in every single corner of the map. Why are they still GLHFing? This is ridiculous, okay? You don't need this much luck in the game, ever. You don't ever need to wish your opponent this much luck. If you're wishing your opponent this much luck, you're hoping for your opponent to win the game. And that's not the case right now. You are playing to win. This is why we play 4v4s. It is to win. But let's take a look. NuBrGNi just going for the early expansion. Same with Tebow. It looks like Elaham opening up a little bit more, not exactly aggressive per se, but I mean, he's opening up with a gateway, not doing any kind of crazy Nexus First or Forge expansion shenanigans. We do have Ra also going for that expansion, so all the Zerg players actually opening up pretty economically. At the same time, we have .ca opening up with a lot of barracks and just getting a nice little wall, and this is actually going to secure the total of this expansion. It's going to secure that expansion. I mean, he could have moved it over here, and with all of these barracks and more on the way, he could have actually cleaned this wall off and secured this expansion for his ally, but he's like, screw you, man. You don't need an expansion. You're Protoss. You're gonna all in. Wait. Where is XT Trojan's stuff? Where is XT Trojan's stuff? Okay, we have yellow right here, right? Okay, XT Trojan. Sorry, XL Trojan. I keep saying XT. I think that he's funneling money to his teammates. Actually, that is. Oh man, this is actually a crazy game. We're already seeing some high-level meta strategies going on right now. It looks like a proxy bomb gonna be planted down, but no. Elaham getting completely denied. Some Zerglings actually being very aggressive from NuBrGNi over here, but they're encountering Reapers. That is not the kind of fight that you want to be facing. And at the same time, actually, wow, we're going to have Killer Ra actually moving in with a ton of these Zerglings now. You have to remember, Extra Large Trojan funneling money to his teammates. Not going to have any kind of defenses for himself. He's trying to get .ca to actually help him out, but .ca moves a lot slower than these Zerglings. It looks like actually Extra Large Trojan does not have enough protection, pun intended. And the Marines over here from .ca, actually, this is why they're not actually able to defend that well. They're being aggressive on the opposite side of the map. I mean, the cross spawn position side of the map. That's kind of interesting choice. But we have a lot of Zerglings and some pretty nice positioning over here on the top of this ramp over here. We do have a hatchery going down for some reason. I'm not too sure why over in that expansion. But now these Marines are getting surrendered by Tebow and of NuBrGNi. They are teaming up and taking out all of those Marines. No chance of saving over there. And now we have, finally, Clarity Gaming's Elaham getting a little bit aggressive with some of those Stalkers. And in conjunction with these Zerglings from Killer Ra, he could actually do a lot of damage. This Wallen is actually not complete right now. And these Zerglings are going to run straight back into the Protoss expansion, or the Protoss main base, I should say, once again. And they're going to be just doing devastating damage. Ra is just not giving Trojan a break over here. And GLHF gets called out once again. Actually, you know, I think that we actually missed it earlier on, but I do believe that Trojan actually left the game earlier on, so his money was immediately getting funneled out. We do end up having the Terran player over here from the bottom side team. I think it's blue. Yeah, Team Blue did end up leaving, so now these barracks are going to be completely useless. A handful more Marines are going to pop out and try and do a little bit of damage. And actually, these Zerglings attacking Elaham, actually. Oh my god, Tebow is actually turning against his teammate. This is a terrible turn of events, as, I mean, that is not the way that you generally win these games, but it looks like actually Ra just says, you know what, I don't really need my teammates to actually win this game, so he goes ahead and takes out all of his teammates' stuff. And .ca gonna survive a little bit longer. At the same time, we have these Reapers coming in over here from, it looks like, a Skinhead, who we have not seen too much of in this game. One of those Reapers does get picked off. These Reapers do have not that many kills, it looks like. 0 kills on actually all of these, and these Queens are actually going to do a lot of damage over here. The drones now getting picked off the line to try and deal with these Reapers, but it looks like the Queen actually going to be able to deal with that. I mean, I totally understand when you have this base to manage, it can be a little bit taxing to micromanage your Reapers, but with all of that being said and done, we have Bacon Sauce and Skinhead. The remaining hopes for Team Blue. Will they actually be able to make this work? And why is Team Blue partially green? And why is orange on Team Blue? I will never understand this. But we have a lot of Zerglings over here from NuBrGNi now killing off Ra. And if Ra wants to take out those Zerglings in time, he has to actually kill off each one of these individually. It's going to be a difficult run for him. But now we have the counterattack coming in from from Ra, as NuBrGNi now has to try and find a way to defend his own natural expansion hatchery, because he has to target fire down each one of these Zerglings individually. Is not going to be able to happen in time. And now we end up seeing NuBrGNi losing an expansion. Oh man, things are looking dire for Team Red, as they are just losing hatchery after hatchery. Look at these team kills going on right now. I think that NuBrGNi is currently losing, because if he loses this hatchery, he no longer has a single hatchery left out on the map right now. Now, Elaham, being a tryhard, going to be taking out some of these buildings. As, oh, actually, Elaham lost his natural expansion, his main base, and everything around it. He does have a single probe still left over, but not with enough minerals to actually build a nexus. So, Elaham going to be in a little bit of trouble. Now, if we take a look over here, NuBrGNi has finally tried to establish another expansion, but Tebow going to be running by. Whose side is Tebow on? We don't know just quite yet, but we do know that Bacon Sauce trying to get a little bit of scouting vision. I mean, just look at Bacon Sauce's vision. He sees everything looks pretty normal. I mean, expansions, we have, why is there an empty baneling nest over here? I don't know why. May have thrown down a scan over there. Must be wondering, that's a little bit weird. I don't remember my teammates attacking that, but I guess they did before they left. And NuBrGNi going to be defending. Oh, I like this high level of strategy coming out from NuBrGNi right here. I mean, he's actually surrounding his Zerglings around that hatchery so that it cannot be target fired down easily by Tebow. He's going to have to take out individual Zerglings if he wants to be able to get us around on that hatchery. So this is definitely going to benefit NuBrGNi, but he's going to start to lose a handful of these drones. That's not what he wants to happen. Oh no! NuBrGNi actually canceling the expansion. This drone is now trapped, and how in the world did that Zergling get in over there from Tebow? And oh no, now we end up seeing Tebow target firing down the drones. How many workers have been killed in this game? Looks like I cannot actually pull it up in any way, shape, or form in a 4v4. And NuBrGNi does not have any kind of hatchery any longer. He does not have any drones left over, but he does have one larva. That's actually going to be sitting on the creep, so he does actually have the possibility of making a drone. He is going to do exactly that. But now we end up seeing Tebow moving on to his next target is going to be Raw, and Raw going to be losing this hatchery. It's going to be losing this hatchery as well, and that means that Raw no longer has any hatcheries left out on the map. This is turning into Tebow land, as he is the only one with hatcheries even remotely around on the map right now. And it's going to be a little bit difficult, because I'm kind of worried about these players. All of Team Red has actually killed off their hatcheries so many times that, I mean, if you just look at the structures tab, you can see Team Red has no hatcheries left over. I mean, hatcheries going to be building, but that's going to be a little bit difficult. I'm actually a little bit worried because look at all this production over here from Sauce. He has actually a pretty interestingly sized bioforce, and it could be a little bit difficult, but now we end up seeing, it looks like finally NuBrGNi doing something a little bit more productive than attacking his teammates' buildings. He's going to be taking out .ca's economy, which, you know, he did leave the game earlier on, but oh man, Tebow actually going to be losing some of those hatcheries as well, suffering from those counterattacks from his teammates once again. But I mean, cutting off that economy, I mean, those resources do get funneled to your teammates, and now we end up having Bacon Sauce moving out across the map. This is actually, in a really, really weird way, almost turned into a Zergling mono battle over here for the Zerg players from Team Red, and oh man, this is going to be difficult. And now we end up having a handful of remaining buildings being taken out, but Bacon Sauce, he has a scary army, and without any Banelings in the mix, this could actually be a little bit difficult. I mean, there's not a whole lot of buildings left over for the top side team, the home team, as they've just been killing off everything, but now they finally see it on the creep. They see this army moving in. There are so many Zerglings. The Zerglings have 2-2, amazingly enough, or at least one of these players has 2-2. It looks like Raw does not have 2-2, but Tebow does have 2-2. And now this evolution chamber is going to be taken out, a bot for NuBrGNi. Where are NuBrGNi's Zerglings? Does NuBrGNi have any units left? I mean, he's the highlight player of the week. He does have 1-1, but does not have any 2-2, and actually some fantastic splitting up coming out from Bacon Sauce. He's probably wondering, like, where are all these buildings actually supposed to be? But, oh, Raw going for the counterattack at the same time. NuBrGNi trying to do a counterattack of his own. LM still has 2 stalkers, knocks down the supply depot. Going to be running in with all of these Zerglings. It's counterattack heaven right now, as the remainder of the Zerglings from Clarity Gaming's Tebow also going to be coming in. These Marines taking out some of those remaining buildings. We do still have a handful of buildings left over. We have a Spire, a couple of Extractors, and also a spawning pool up here on the high ground. It looks like we have the orange Terran player who's kind of missed out on that. But the Terran player, he lifts off all of his buildings. Oh no, are there actually any Mutalisks out on the map right now? We do actually have 124 Zerglings around for Tebow, but if that Spire goes down, he won't be able to produce. Actually, he doesn't have any hatcheries. He can't produce any air units. Oh no. Do we have any drones out on the map? We have, okay, 18 drones for Raw. And we have Tebow with 19 drones. So Tebow is the one with the Spire, I believe. Yes, Tebow is the one with the Spire. So you can plant down a hatchery. He can get out a Mutalisk or a Corruptor and actually be able to take out those Terran buildings that are floating around up on the top side. These Overlords going to be very, very vital for scouting out those buildings. Not really. But, oh no, Bacon Sauce taking out the remaining drones of Raw, taking out some of those Extractors. There is a single Extractor left over here for Raw. How many buildings are left over? We still have a handful of pylons actually around the map. So where are these pylons? We have 2 pylons down over here and a 3rd pylon over here. We have a hatchery over here. We have a spawning pool up in the top left-hand corner. Nice little positioning. It's going to be on the opposite side of the map, and it doesn't look like Bacon Sauce. Well, Bacon Sauce actually should have vision of every single building on the map except for this hatchery, actually. So Bacon Sauce just needs to know where he's going to send his army, as long as he needs to notice that there is, in fact, that hatchery over there, or that spawning pool, I should say. He needs to actually be able to take that out. Let's see. He should be able to notice, okay, there's a handful of these buildings over here too. So how does he move with his army? He has a lot of time until Tebow is actually able to get up a hatchery, because Raw has the hatchery up. Tebow does not, alright? And until, actually, if he just guns it for that Spire, he'll be in a good position right now. Because honestly, he has a very scary Terran Bioforce with 1/1 upgrades, has SCVs to tank the damage. Oh, a couple of these Zerglings going to be taken out as well. Ra does not want to be losing any units. He cannot produce anything else, and this is turning into quite a game. I mean, it wasn't much of a game before that because we had a bunch of Grandmaster level players facing off, but they handicapped themselves sufficiently, and now we're going to end up seeing how this ends up playing out. A bunch of pings actually going on right now. I think that we actually still have the other Terran player who spawned down over here or something still in this game, so there might actually be two forces controlling all these units, and the hatchery is going to get taken out. That means that there's going to be no chance of retacking back up, and we do have a hatchery now fully up and operational, but there's no gas actually. He needs to start mining that gas, takes one of the gas guys, starts mining from the other gas guys. We have a Mutalisk out. The Mutalisk is out, and it can start wailing away at some of those buildings. These Stalkers actually getting some pot shots off on those barracks, and amazingly enough, actually, it looks like this is the only real safe spot right now for those barracks. No, I believe that there should be a safe spot as well for some of those buildings, but Bacon Sauce has cleaned up the majority of those buildings. We only have those buildings up in the top left-hand corner. We have the spawning pool, we have the two hatcheries now, and these extractors, this Spire, and actually we're going to have another spawning pool being built right now, an effective use of that, but oh, the Bioforce, it's moving around, it's looking for a location. You need to go there. Oh my god, just load up some medevacs and go over there. There's no anti-air. Oh, Bacon Sauce, you have an opportunity. You need to go for it, man. You need to just go for it. But you know you're losing all your buildings. You're bringing them in range of the only anti-air units that are in the game. What are you doing, Bacon Sauce? What are you doing? Oh, but Bacon Sauce does clear up all those Stalkers and those Queens. There actually are 2 Queens left and a single Stalker. Stalker are going to be retreating back to the safety of some of those Zerglings, but I don't think those Zerglings are going to be a safe enough force right now. And Tebow has to be so careful. He cannot lose those Mutals that he has out on the map right now. We have a Baneling that's going down. That was what the spawning pool was for. He's taking up the Banelings. If he can get some critical Baneling hits off on this army, he could decimate it. There's only 2 medevacs in the mix, and it looks like Stim is researched, but I don't think I've ever seen Bacon Sauce actually stim up ever, and I can't really blame him. I mean, he only has 2 medevacs to heal up the army, but now the army is moving in. Why is he going up to the high ground? Go for the Spire! What are you doing, Bacon Sauce? Bacon Sauce! Why are you toying with my heart? As he goes after this hatchery, it's going to be a nice win, but he's taking in and take out NuBrGNi's last remaining building. NuBrGNi goes down. He's out of the game effectively. He's just sticking around and observing, and now finally making use of the medevacs, dropping to the low ground. But how many Mutals have been created? No Mutals, actually. Oh my god, there are no Mutals. Where'd all the Mutals go? There's only 34 Banelings left. Oh no, there's no anti-air actually around. He has to defend. He has to take out this army now before this army takes out the Spire. Why? Bacon Sauce, why are you retreating with the drop? Bacon Sauce, just take out the Spire. Oh my god, Bacon Sauce, why are you doing? Okay, Bacon Sauce, he's going back, he's going to take out the Spire, he's going to take out the last remaining hope of Tebow for being able to take out some of those flying buildings. He can force a draw with this command center that he has over here. He's actually he does also have a bunch of those barracks left over, and it looks like the drone's going to be going down. The hatchery falls, and now we end up seeing the only remaining hope is going to be this hatchery from Ra. But Ra does not have a Spire. He does not even have a spawning pool. He has to tech all the way back up to Mutalisk or Corruptors if he wants any chance in this game before this Terran army moves in. And oh, the Terran army knows there's a hatchery over here. He knows exactly where to attack, and this is the only remaining hope. Oh, there is another hatchery going up over here, so Ra does have a little bit extra time, but his only piece of tech is actually over here on this side of the map. And I would actually like to maybe see him send out a drone to this side of the map, try and take a spawning pool over here, but Banelings have been morphed in for Tebow. Tebow only actually has 34 Banelings, so this could end up working out well. A single Widowmine actually in the mix over here. There's no actual ability to create Overseers or Spore Crawlers. There's no resources to create Spore Crawlers. And here come in the Banelings. Banelings and Zerglings all coming in, trying to get a good position. Some decent actual splitting going down, amazingly enough, for Bacon Sauce, considering he's a gold level player. But some big Baneling hits going off right now. And oh my god, NuBrGNi's calling it. He says they've won. Bacon Sauce standing down to the last remaining units. He gets cleaned out. The medevacs are the only remaining forces for him, and the queen's going to be finishing those off as well as each of those queens stutter stepping their way to victory. Bacon Sauce has lost all but one of his units in this game. And this has been a fantastic game, but it looks like it is finally over. Bacon Sauce no longer has any forces. He cannot take out the hatchery, and eventually Raw will get up that lair tech, get up the spire, and be able to kill off these buildings. And this was a fantastic game, guys. So thank you all so much for tuning in for this. Please follow at Clarity Elham, at Clarity Tebow. And of course, NuBrGNi, at NuBrGNi. Please give him a follow, as he is the submitter of these replays. And you have to thank him because he has provided the majority of this vision over here. Look at that creep spread. I mean, it pays off to have creep spread, not just in your 1v1s, guys. NuBrGNi has the 1v1 creep spread, but he also has the 4v4 creep spread. This is the guy that you want. Oh god, actually, that Widowmine's still getting some kills. Up to 59 kills. That Widowmine is quite a hero right now, but not quite enough of a hero. If he could attack air units... Well, actually, no, he can attack air units. Oh, that would have actually been so cool if he got that Widowmine over there, took out every single drone, but no, not going to be fated to happen. GG gets called, and the game is over. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Please give a follow over to NuBrGNi over on Twitter, over on Twitch, and all that good stuff that's posted in the chat, as well as Eternity Gaming. They're a fantastic team that NuBrGNi is actually from. And hey, you know what? As long as we're here, might as well give a shout out to Clarity Gaming and their players Tebow, Elaham, and Killa Raw. I don't actually know what team he's from, but I know that he is a High Master or Grandmaster level player. So definitely check him out. Go give him a Google. And of course, shout out to all of the other players. We have Extra Large Trojan. We have Bacon Sauce. The new oh god, I can't even remember his name. The guy from the Day 9 Daily, Unidin, the new Unidin. .ca and Skinhead. So big shout outs to them as well. And guys, if you enjoyed this episode of Breaking Out, this is only the awesome episode of this week, and we still have one more day where we're going to talk with NuBrGNi about the games that were actually played throughout the week, including this one, and NuBrGNi will give us a little more strategic insight on this game. But of course, we're also going to be just having a little bit of fun and kicking back with some kind of fun activity, so please tune in for that at 8:30 p.m. Pacific. Over on twitch.tv/FearDragon64, and of course you can catch the VODs, including this VOD, over at youtube.com/FearDragon64, and of course if you're watching this on YouTube, you can find all those links that I was talking about posted just below the video. But guys, please consider following and subscribing, and there's a big announcement coming on the Saturday, so please guys, be sure to tune in for that. I know that's going to be going on during BlizzCon, but, you know, I hope that you find some time to tune in for that. If you don't, hey, just be sure to be on the lookout for that announcement. I'll be, of course, reiterating the announcement throughout the Monday through Saturday things for the next week of Breaking Out. It's a really big announcement, guys, so please be sure to tune in for it. But with that being said, it's been a pleasure. Have a wonderful night, guys. Take care.